Hi everyone, we're going live. Let me know if you can hear me, because before we tried it and no one could hear. So we're starting our motivational mornings today. Let me know how you're doing. How's everyone doing at home? It's been a strange old week being stuck in, but we've been working remotely over the internet to get our work done, and we came up with this plan. I've got a like from someone. Thank you. Write me a comment, people. I want to know who's listening today. It'd be great. Over the coming weeks, we're going to do different sessions. So our 11 a.m, which is a little bit like, hi, Rajita. So I hope you're feeling better. Oh, you can hear me. Fantastic. That's great. Sorry we're so late today. We had a bit of a tech issue. We used our phones, we used our tablets and computers, but we've finally gone live. So I'm going to talk to you about some Matisse inspired scrapbooking. I love Matisse. So this is the fantastic book somebody bought me for my birthday a few years ago after I'd seen the exhibition. And we're going to freestyle. So none of this scrapbooking with pre-designed stuff. We're going off charter. And we're going to use some scrapbooking techniques. We're going to go freestyle. This is an example. We're going to cut our own motifs out. And make our own personalised scrapbooks. So I know that at the moment people aren't going out to shops. All our favourite craft shops are shut. So we're going to get creative with what we've got at home. Talking about creativity, my husband keeps eating Pringles, so I've turned the Pringles tubs into pen holders. So get creative even with things that you've got going into your recycling around the house. This was one of those mini Pringles tubs, and I had fun decorating it the other day. I've got a stash to go to the Artcore when we're back in action for our sessions. So we'll have to eat more Pringles to do that. So I've got my Matisse inspired book. So for you to have a little look, he did a lot of freestyling with his cutting. So he did lots of different images of people, flowers. I love this. This was in an exhibition I saw in Holland. I love the coral and the leaves that he does. There's people. So we're going to get creative like that. Oh, there's some statues. I love this. So Matisse is one of my favourite people that I use for inspiration. But also, a lot of you will know William Morris. And I got given this at Christmas. And I love William Morris wallpapers and things. But I use, you can freestyle with William Morris style. So William Morris did lovely motifs with floral patterns. So I've got all these lovely postcards to inspire me when I'm cutting out. But it doesn't have to be precise when we're cutting out. You can freestyle. And when you cut out of using different papers and different materials, it looks quite different. It looks quite fresh and new. And I'm going to show you some examples of that. So let's have a look. Oh, and one more book I want to show you before we start is this lovely book I bought, and let's have a look. It's called The Secret Garden Book, and I use it really to copy the images and motifs off. So it's a mindfulness colouring, but for scrapbooking it's great to get inspiration. So I love the leaves that she uses. That's a nice one for kids. All these beautiful leaf patterns. So we're going to take those as our inspiration today. So for our scrapbooking challenge. So if you've come prepared, hopefully you'll have some photos with you that you want to turn into a beautiful scrapbook piece. Let's have a look what I brought. So I pre-prepared some bits that I've cut out already. This was a a pot that I made in artist Catherine Borg's workshop. I'm quite pleased with how the glaze has come out too. But I put on my bits. It's a bit of a Blue Peter. Here's what I did earlier. So let's have a look what I've got. So inspired by Matisse and inspired by William Morris, I've been cutting out some shapes. Can you see? So we've got some lovely leaf shapes. I did this using a scalpel, but I want you to get creative. Let me get my scalpel out of my pot. I used this using a knife, but you can use a pair of scissors. There's no reason why you can't use scissors. I've got a big pair of scissors, but I've also got this little pair. These are nail scissors, but they're really good for doing really intricate work. So if you're thinking about cutting out sort of, let's have a look at a really intricate pattern I've cut to show you maybe something like this. If you're thinking of doing something quite intricate, you might want to use a pair of scissors or the scalpel. If you're working with kids, scissors is obviously better. These are quite sharp, so you can get child-friendly scissors, or using a bigger pair of scissors might be better. You don't need to go as intricate as this. Also, there's a lovely paper cut behind me, if you can see it just on the wall over there. That's a lovely paper cut of a deer that's been used with a scalpel. But what you'll need is, I've got some lovely washi tape. Have you come across washi tape before? It's like a paper tape and it's really beautiful. You can use it for scrapbooking. It's quite good for sticking things down. We've got our glue, so we're going to use washi tape, glue. I've got some sellotape. If you're using the scalpel, use a metal ruler rather than a plastic ruler. So we've got a metal ruler, and we've got these beautiful brush pens. I love these pens so much. I use them a lot for when I'm doing scrapbooking and for writing. And also, when I did this piece, we used a metallic style pen that shows up on black. So get creative, get collecting your pens together. You can use all different types of pens to do this. So my lovely husband has gone and printed us some photos out of our honeymoon to show you as an example of what we're going to do. Let me move the camera a bit so you can see in front. So I'm going to do it here. But work alongside with me. Get your photos out. Let's have a look. So I'm going to use a blank piece of paper to put the picture on. But let's have a look. So we were very kindly given our honeymoon present, which was our a cruise to Norway, which I recommend to anyone who's looking for ideas. I never knew I was a cruise person until we bought this lovely holiday for our honeymoon, and yet, where's the best place to get brush pens? Oh, I got them from a shop in Sheffield that was closing down, sadly. It was like one of the best art shops, but I think Hobbycraft do them. And they're like, they're lovely, these brush pens. Let me just show you an example. I've got my piece of paper with different leaf motifs ready, but I will show you an example of how the brush pen works. So this one's got a thicker tip at one end, and this one has a thinner tip. So if we're writing your name, Ray, shall we do it in purple? I think we'll do it in purple. If I use the thick tip, it does it goes thick in places and thinner in places. So let's do Ray's name in the brush pens. Ray. There you go. So it shows you an example of how it goes thick and thin. I love it. So yeah, Hobbycraft, but I think you can probably get them cheaper online actually. I tend to pick up stuff when they're bargainous because they're quite expensive. They're usually a few pounds each. They're better to buy if you get a big pack of them. But yeah, the shop that I went to, that's why I've got limited colours actually. The shop was selling them off at £1 each. But you can merge them together, which is quite nice. So let's show you, if using the fatter tip, we'll put it over your name, Ray, and then it merges. They're kind of like watercolours really. So if we go over your name, just merge it in a bit. We'll put you a flower on there, Ray, as well. There we go. So get creative with your writing as well. So there we go. You can go over and you can merge them. They can be more subtle than that. If you're using 2 colours for your scrapbooking writing, you can use, we've got like, these pinks look quite similar, but when you're writing, you can merge them into one another. So let me show you an example. Hi Hyrule, nice to see you. We'll write Hyrule's name. So let's try Hyrule in a nice pink. And then I'll show you how you can do some nice writing. So Hyrule, there we go. We'll use a lighter one, Hyrule, now over that one and merge them together to make it beautiful. So I love brush pens. It's like all the fun of watercolours but without the mess. So although I do like working with watercolours as well, but when we're scrapbooking, you want to write on notes about where you've been, maybe the stories, maybe mementos. So there's Hyrule's name, and as you can see, you can put the colours and layer them together. So it's really fun. So what I did was, I've got some pictures. I was looking for a magazine, and I've got this lovely picture of where we went in Norway. I think this was this Bergen? I think this might be, oh, am I telling a lie? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is, I'm pretty sure this is Bergen. Sorry if people from Norway are listening and it's not, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure we went to Bergen. We also went, we also bought this gorgeous, I don't know if you can see it, I've took a picture of it, lovely glassware and this lovely decanter with a big heart. So I wanted to put that together on a page. And then, oh, we also, my husband wasn't keen, but we went on a Segway. So, and he loved it, although he nearly went into hi Anne, nearly went into the water. So you have to learn how to stop. You have to prop your Segway up against the wall to stop it. So we went there, we went to this lovely waterfall. So I've not done anything with the pictures before, so I wanted to compile and show how you can compile pictures. Oh, there was a lovely church in the mist. Put that one. For today, we printed them out onto paper, but you could actually get them printed out professionally. If you use photo card, you can print them out at home. But you can also get them printed like Boots do a really good service of where you can get your photos done. You put your card in and then you can choose and select and edit on the photo system. And it's a really nice way of getting your memories, because we work really digitally now and the art of scrapbooking has sort of disappeared, but it's lovely to be able to get a book out and look at your photos. We're just sorting our wedding photos out and we want a book really beautifully produced, so that we can open them and have a flick through. So I've got all these pictures that I want to work with. So you can either, so I'll show you how to work with the scalpel. So I'm going to use the scalpel to get a really nice edge on these. So let's have a look. So scalpels are really sharp, so do be careful. Oh, thanks Hyrule for your nice comment. Yeah, do get some brush pens. I do love them. So scalpel, you always use a metal ruler. So we've got a metal ruler and I'm going to cut this lovely picture I'm going to cut that down to get the edges nice and sharp. But I want you to get creative. I don't want you to just do some straight lines. I want you to think about texture. So we're going to do some bits where you rip the edges. So I quite like this one with the clouds. So I think I'm just going to rip the top of it to get the texture of the clouds. I want it to look a bit like clouds. So let's have a look. We'll rip it like that. So get the texture in, have a go, work into it. We're going to layer it with different papers as well. So I'm going to work into it. I love a good textured edge. So we've got that, and I'm going to layer this up. I'm the queen of saving magazines. Don't ever throw a magazine away. So I've got all of these, because to get all of these little pieces that I was showing you earlier, you can use different colours from magazines. I just love all the textures. I think that was a tiled floor, but then I cut it out because it was green for a leaf. Oh, I love this one. I went over this with a brush pen. This was a flower. I think this was another floor design, and then I went over the pattern with a brush pen and added my own detail. So there's all sorts. And then I think this one was I just got creative. It's so easy to cut out. So I've got all these lovely papers. So get creative. See every magazine as an opportunity to scrapbook. So let's have a look. Oh, this one's fun. I really like this paper because you've got all the different colours, so you could do something quite nice with that. So let's use this piece for a piece to layer over onto here. So let me shift these out of the way. So I'm just going to use some regular scissors for this. And I think I'm going to layer this as my background for putting on the thing about Norway. I'm going to write a little brief about what we did and what we got up to. If you want to get really creative. Oh, Ray's saying he's got 300 old photography magazines. Oh, Ray, that's amazing. You could scrapbook till like the end of time with that amount of photography books. That's brilliant. Oh, hi Neil, we're really missing seeing you at the workshops. It's great that you're all logging in. So yeah, Ray, if you want to donate any magazines to Artcore for our scrapbook challenge, that's great. So I'm going to cut out, but don't ever throw a magazine away. That's my advice to everyone today. Don't ever throw one away. So I'm just going to work with this. Let's cut this bit out. I like all the colours in this one. So I like that. I think that's quite quirky. So I might round the edges of it. I might make it a little bit smaller and round the edges. So get your scissors out, everyone. Get cutting. I want to see your creations at the end of this. So I'm going to work you all hard today. So over the day you can post your creations on our Facebook page so we can see what you've been up to. Tell us about the holidays you've been on. Have you been on holidays with your mates? Have you ever been on a cruise or a walking holiday? I know, Rachita, you've been to Rome. I'd love to see your pictures of Italy. And Neil, what have you been up to? Where did you go on holiday last year? I'd love to know. And I bet Ray has got some gorgeous photos because he's a photographer. So yeah, let's find out all your holiday photos and do some scrapbooking alongside me. So I'm going to use that. I've cut that down. I think we're going to put a little sign. So this is a sign I did with the brush pens that says Norway. Oh, Susan, hi. Oh, have you been making journals using stuff like this already? Will you send us a picture of some of the work that you've done, Susan? It would be fantastic to see. I'd love that. So Norway, I'm going to put that on. So it's like that. Oh, it's a bit big. So let me cut that down. I've written this on graph paper. So don't ever throw paper away. There's loads of, even a little corner could become a real, like, a bit of gold for your scrapbooking technique. So let me cut that down. I'm going to pop that on. Let's have a look. So I love mounting things on unusual papers. So let's have a look. And now we've got the time at home, we need to like utilize the time. So I've joined a group on Facebook called Corona Creatives, which is a daily update where people put on their different ideas of creative things they're doing, from things they're cooking to things that they're making, and it's real fun. People comment and ask to see more. So last night I was in the garden waxing down a table that I'd just painted. I did it in the dark, so because I didn't want it to get ruined this morning. So just think outside of the box of things that you can be doing. Now's the time to get on with different creative projects and have a root around and see what's around the house that you've got already. So let's have a look. So let me just check the time. Cool. We'll go over for maybe like 5 to 10 more minutes because we were late starting. So I've got my Norway sign, and that's on the bit of paper that we showed you. So I think I'm going to put in, got my picture. Let's get the bit of card. You can use all different cards as well. I'm going to just use a plain white one for this because we're probably going to frame this one. You can frame your work afterwards. You can create a beautiful book. You can even just get a little notebook like this. It's one of the moleskin notebooks from Italy. I think they're Italian. I think so. And it's just a really nice little journal. I thought we'd put favourite moments in, and then it's just black pages, but it's lovely. And you can make these for like friends if you've had time together and you want to print off some of your pictures. So I thought I might do it because I used to live in Sheffield and I really miss my friends over in Sheffield. But I thought I might make a little scrapbook of our favourite moments and give it to each of them as a present for their birthdays. It's like a really cheap way of giving a really personalised present, which I love. So that one's going to be for my friend Liz. I don't know if Liz is watching, but I'm going to do one of all our favourite outings and things that we got up to in Sheffield. But today I'm working on our Bergen one. So I'm going to do this as my page, but I don't know where to put it. So I might do it that way round actually. That's quite fun. I think I'll do it that way round because I quite like the edge against the white here. So, oh, thanks Susan. I can't wait to see your work. So yeah, do put it on. So I think I'm going to move that right up the page. I love the skyline there. So I'm going to let's have a look. What I would say is place everything where you want it before you glue it down, because you'll end up wanting to rearrange the way that you've put it. So I think I'm going to put, I can't decide with this bigger one. Maybe if I put it down, but then I'm going to layer up. So I thought I might get creative and cut out the picture of me and Ed on a Segway. So it's not the most flattering picture if you can see it. But we had a cracking day. It was brilliant. So I'm going to cut round that. So get creative. You don't need to keep things straight. I'm going to cut round the Segway. Cut round. Have any of you been to Norway? That's a good question. Have anyone ever been to Norway? And if so, where did you go? We only got to we went to Alisund, Bergen, Olden, and somewhere else that I've forgotten. I'll check the name. But it was so beautiful. Like, it's so clean, so beautiful. Like the views, the cruise that we went into went through the fjords. So each day you'd wake up in a new beautiful place. I never thought I'd be a cruise person. but I am a convert indeed. So I'm going to back that on another colour. So I like that, but I'm going to go wild. Let's go wild. And I'm going to back it. I love this. I love plants. So also draw inspiration from your plants. So I've been repotting all my plants. I love the leaf shapes. So yeah, so do have a go. So I'm going to back this maybe onto some of that, or maybe a darker. So let's have a look. Maybe on a darker background. Let's have a look. So that's a really nice, interesting background. I love that. So I don't know, I think that was the Sea of Love. Oh, that's a really good a good thing. So what we'll do is cut that out. So as you're going through old magazines, you might see little catchphrases that are really cute, like the Sea of Love. And then let me just check the time. We've got 5 more minutes, so I'll hurry up. But I'm going to take that little catchphrase to add into my honeymoon scrapbook. So there we go. Sea of Love, love that. So that's really cute. So the Sea of Love, we'll add that. And then I think I wanted that as the background for my picture as well. Or maybe I need a darker colour. So I'll try and put maybe a pink. Let's have a look. I've got my little stash of papers just over here. Or maybe a dark purple. So let's have a look. So yeah, or even I quite like the backgrounds on these. That's a beautiful colour. I love this colour. I don't know what your favourite colours are, but I love this. So I'm gonna, or maybe I'll use some of that as the background. That's a really nice bit. So I might use that as our background. So let's have a go. Just a heads up as well, at 1 PM today, we've got our crafternoon with Iona Davies. Me and Iona work usually in our Artcore office as the programme coordinator, and both of us are programme coordinators. So it's nice to, well, it's not great to be at home. We're missing seeing the staff team, but it's nice to be able to use different parts of what we do. So I do artwork as well as working as a program coordinator, so it gives me a chance to get out my art stuff and get creative. And all of the team at the office do other creative things as well, so we've been learning a lot about each other over the last few days, which has been fantastic, and it's been great fun. Also to have a nosy at people's houses. So when we've been ringing them on the webcam, we've been able to have a little nosy at what artwork we've got up. And have a little bit of house envy, actually. So people have got, I know David has a lovely log burning fire, so we're all a bit jealous about that. We'd love a log burner. So let me put that on there, and I'll use that as our background. So I'm going a bit off-piste, a bit wild, but why not? So this is just an idea, but today, why don't you spend some time today having a look through your old photos, maybe on your phones, on your computers, and printing some of them out. Have a look through magazines, because I found this picture of Norway in a magazine. So let's have a look. So let's have I'm going to add us in. Oh, I might do it that way after all. So I want you to get creative. So let's have a look. We'll put the Sea of Love as our, let's put it on there, Sea of Love. And it doesn't need to be perfect. It's about your memories. So it really doesn't need to be a perfectly beautifully finished piece. It can be a little bit rugged. That's fine. It's just about a way of capturing your memories and maybe putting things on that will make you smile. So let's have a look. So on this one, I'm going to put this lovely Norway picture. And then this slightly crazy, well, I might save the crazy picture for the next page, and maybe put, yeah, I might layer up, let's have a look. I'll layer up that, so Norway sign. So we've got the sign that we did on the paint palettes, and the Sea of Love, we're going to add that on. So, and then you might want to add some detail. I love, got 2 minutes left, so I love this camera that I got. Let me show you, it's fantastic. It's one of the Instax cameras, and it's fab. You can take little pictures. Shall I do a picture of my artwork? So, I could do a picture of this. So, and it's fab. If I do a picture of here, and it's fab. It's a Polaroid, so it comes up. I love it. It comes up already. We used it at Artcore at Christmas for our Elfie selfie booth, where we had the elves that were made in one of the kids' sessions with Dawn Campion. And then people got their pictures straight away. The children were so amazed by it. I think they've forgotten about, they'd never seen a Polaroid camera before because everything's digital. So the fact that they could have a printout of their picture, they just were amazed by this. But for all the oldies out there, it's been around a while, a Polaroid camera. But what I love about this is it's blue. It's got like a hard case, so I always drop stuff. So it's great. If you drop it, it doesn't break. It's simple to use. You just pop it out like that and you just press, and then the film just goes in the back. So it's fantastic. It's quite good if you're out and about and you want to have a picture to scrapbook, and you want it straight away and you don't have a printer. That's quite a good opportunity too. So everyone, I want to write on that. So I might write cheers on that. So that's, let me get a pen. So cheers. I'm going to write on cheers because it's our drink set. And I'm just going to use some washi tape. I love washi tape. You can just rip it. So I'm going to put some washi tape on that as a little record, and I think we're out of time today, so let me show you what we've done. So that's stuck down. So there we go. This is my scrapbook of Bergen and Alison and Norway from last year. Hope you've enjoyed today's session. At 1 o'clock, don't forget, it's Crafternoon with Iona Davies. So that's a family-friendly session. She's doing toilet roll animals, and I've seen them already, and they're fantastic. She's got foxes and fishes and all sorts. So you've got, I'm sure families will have plenty empty toilet roll insides. So do save them, don't throw them, and I hope you enjoyed this session. Bye.